Hey guys, how are you? Aw, you a little sad about the whole collapse thing in the market? Yeah, kinda sucks. But don't worry, because I have something to lift your spirits. Today, I have an interview with the legendary. Should I tell you who it is? I'll wait. Here's a hint. He's one of the earliest adopters of Bitcoin. I'll just tell you, it's Roger Beer. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking to you guys because I have an interview to get to. Let's go. So Roger, markets crashing over and over again. I mean, the last few days actually have been pretty nice, I guess, in contrast to what's been happening lately. Can you maybe talk about what's been happening lately and why you think this little crash has happened?
I think that there's way too many speculators speculating on the speculation of future speculators and not enough focus on the actual economic activity happening. So we need to see people using cryptocurrencies as currencies, people buying and selling actual goods and using it for payments instead of using, credit cards or PayPal or bank wires. And so the currencies that are the most interesting to me, the cryptocurrencies, are the ones that are actually being used as money. And if you just have a bunch of speculators speculating on the speculation of future speculators, so what, right? Of course, you're going to see like all sorts of, wild swings up and down and this and that, but like there's no really rhyme or reason to it if it's just a bunch of speculation. Whereas if there's a bunch of actual economic activity happening and people actually using cryptocurrencies in commerce, that's what drives the long-term price. That's what we're all about, is we're trying to build the tools to make cryptocurrencies usable as money so that we can compete and hopefully one day replace the dollar and the euro and the yen, and where people will be using cryptocurrencies instead of government-issued fiat currencies for these things.
Okay. Do you think there's a way to help out the implementation of this so it becomes a little quicker, or do you think it's just a matter of time?
Yeah, sooner is better than later, right? Where none of us are getting any younger. So the next time you need to buy something, especially from the US, do it on Purse.io. You can save 20 or 30% on every single purchase from Amazon by using Bitcoin Cash over on Purse.io. A 30% discount on Amazon is huge. That means a $100 item now costs $70 worth of Bitcoin Cash. That's a fantastic real-world use case. And everybody's shopping on Amazon already anyhow. So now you have even more money to shop with on Amazon. And so in the long term, if you use it consistently, you'll come out way ahead by doing these sorts of things. And you're helping make the world a better place, because all these people with, illiquid Amazon store credit that they don't want, they go and, get it converted into a cryptocurrency that they can use, and you get the products from Amazon. So I just think it's a fantastic, fantastic way for people to actually use cryptocurrency as money. And
going back to what happened recently with the economy, with Bitcoin dropping under 3,400 and a lot of these cryptocurrencies going, a lot lower than people have hoped to see by the end of this year. Do you think there's a bottom to this that is going to happen anytime soon, or do you think there's still a lot more falling to happen?
Don't know, but if there's people actually using the currency for commerce to buy and sell things, then the bottom is a lot higher than if it's just a bunch of speculators speculating. So I'm most focused on the cryptocurrencies that are being used in commerce and that are going to be useful in commerce in the future. Those are the ones that are the most exciting to me.
Yeah, good. So you are nowhere near the building bandwagon of cryptocurrency is about to die and all the panic that's happening.
I've been involved in Bitcoin since they were less than $1 each. So people say, "Oh my God, it's $3,400 now." That's 3,400 times more than it was when I first got involved. So, but the big difference, though, is when I first got involved, the entire idea behind Bitcoin was this is going to be peer-to-peer cash for the world. Yeah. People are going to use this as money everywhere for everything. And that, unfortunately, that's no longer the attitude within the Bitcoin community at this point. So I've lost my own interest in the BTC camp. If it's not useful in commerce, if it's not useful for people, then I'm not interested. So that's why I'm much more focused on things like Bitcoin Cash and other currencies that actually have a community behind them that want it to be used in commerce.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you would agree with me on this, but I feel like maybe this is even a good thing what's happening, because, it's going to get rid of a lot of the bad actors and, only the top's going to rise.
So I hear this term bad actors thrown around a lot, and I think it's overused, to be honest. Like, a bad actor is someone who's actively scamming people and taking their money under false pretenses and then not giving it back to them. Like that's a bad actor. People that just want to speculate on something, they're not bad actors, they're just bad investors. I think for most of this. So, you have to look at the fundamentals. The underlying fundamentals are what drive the long-term price. And the underlying fundamental that will drive long-term price in cryptocurrency is using them as a currency. Yeah. And I don't see much of that being the goal within the BTC camp any longer. And that's why I'm such a big fan of things like Bitcoin Cash.
Okay. And, with this fall, there was, another split that was stirred up in the market with Bitcoin Cash breaking up into two separate cryptocurrencies. Why do you think something like that happened? Why couldn't the developers find consensus?
Yeah, that's the multi-billion-dollar question there. And the differences were so minor and trivial. I guess big egos and different people want different things. So, but I guess that's the beauty of the market, is everybody gets the cryptocurrency that's exactly the one that they want. If you don't like it, they can fork off, and that's happened multiple times with lots of different cryptocurrencies. So Bitcoin isn't the only one to have had that happen. It's happened with lots here, and it'll continue to happen.
Yeah, and when it comes to that fork, Craig Wright was saying that he is the true Satoshi Nakamoto. I think I read something by you saying that's a bit ridiculous.
He sent it to me in writing in email, but I suspect that there was probably some alcohol consumed before that email arrived. That's my suspicion.
Right. Are you free to talk about any pending lawsuits regarding United Corp and everything like that?
Every lawyer that's looked at it just says it's an absolute load of nonsense, and they think that it's pretty likely that it'll get thrown out right off the bat. But as of right now, I haven't even been served, so I'm waiting for them to serve me. I'm not hiding. I'm right here in my apartment in Tokyo, so I'm at the office every day. So feel free to serve me if you guys really want to. But I think it's the goal of the lawsuit isn't to have a lawsuit or to win a lawsuit. I think it's just to be used as a propaganda tool piece in the media to try and scare people away from one chain, and they hope towards another. But for anybody that's paying attention, if they see, one group's busy suing a bunch of open source software developers for writing code, like anybody with any common sense will want absolutely nothing to do with that group that's instigating that sort of lawsuit. So myself included, I think it'll backfire on them.
I've heard a lot of, bad blood when it comes to different chains, not even this one in particular, but I feel like the industry itself in cryptocurrency does better when more chains succeed. I feel like it shouldn't be people trying to fight each other to be the one. I think it's best when there are multiple, viable sources.
Yeah, I agree. And we're kind of seeing a Darwinian evolution of cryptocurrencies and blockchains, and the ones that are the most useful will get the most users and will be the most successful. That's fine. And so my goal and my involvement with all this is to enable every single human being on the planet to have the ability to send and receive money with anyone else anywhere on the planet, and have it be impossible for politicians or banks or companies to block them from sending or receiving those payments. And whether it's Bitcoin Cash or Dash or take your pick, I don't care which cryptocurrency it is, as long as we achieve that goal.
Yeah, it seems way too important for something like this to fail. Really? Way
too important, and that's the part that frustrated me so much. I know this interview isn't about the big BTC and BCH fork, but that's what frustrated me so much with the lack of the BTC ecosystem focusing on being able to scale to be money for the world. Is they literally delayed the adoption of cryptocurrency by several years across the planet, and that means several years of time went by that the world didn't get to benefit from the advantages that can come from cryptocurrency. So that's what frustrated me so much. Is I don't care at the end of the day if it's BTC or anything else that wins. It's just I want it sooner rather than later. And there seem to be a bunch of people that aren't interested in that end goal at all, and they're not in any hurry to get there. And there's let's just hodl bro and then buy a Lambo.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of just delays and things taking a lot longer than they should, what do you think about the ETF decision and the SEC constantly pushing it back and back and back?
I'm looking forward to making all these centralized institutions that claim the right to tell people what they can and can't do with their own money. I'm looking forward to just making them irrelevant. Why do they get to say as to what I can or can't do with my own money, or what you can do with your own money, or what platform you can trade on, or what you can do with your money? The money belongs to you, not them. So do what you want with it is the way I see it. So the ETF, I guess it'd be better if they approved it than if they don't. But I think the long-term picture is why do we need this group to give other people permission? People should be able to decide what they can or can't do with their own money, and that was the entire point of cryptocurrencies.
Do you think ETFs are even necessary for cryptocurrency?
I think people are really interested in that sort of thing. So if they are interested, they should be allowed to do it. So, but buyer beware.
Yeah. As a whole, though, the year's coming to an end. What do you think of what happened this year in the whole, a kind of a little bit of a summary?
Every year just gets more and more exciting, with more and more stuff happening and more heated because there's more and more money on the line. But it's another year of worldwide recognition for cryptocurrencies are now under our belt, and every year has been better than the year before in terms of awareness and people building and creating useful tools. So it's great, and I'm looking forward to next year. Every year is more exciting than the year before.
Anything you're looking forward in particular to in 2019?
I don't know if it'll come into existence in 2019, but I'm really, really excited about some actual usable prediction markets that aren't censorable coming into existence. People don't realize just how powerful of a tool prediction markets are. They're kind of like a window into the future, and not only a window into the future where you can see what the future is, you can predict the future, but you can also use it as a tool to figure out what actions you should take today to achieve your desired goals for tomorrow. So it's kind of like a time machine and a window into the future, and a tool to alter the future all in one. And I think really, really underestimated as to just like how important of a tool prediction markets are for improving the future of humanity.
Yeah, that's actually really interesting. We haven't had a lot of people talk to us about prediction markets. I don't know, maybe a different interview for a different time. But I guess I have one last question for you. Christmas is coming up, New Year's coming up. People are looking for gifts for crypto enthusiasts. Anything you would get someone you'd recommend?
I think for people that don't have any cryptocurrency, give them some cryptocurrency. Give them some actual cryptocurrency. I remember in 2012, I think I gave everybody in my family some Bitcoin for Christmas. And my, the people, in my family that are about my age, they're like fine with it. My mother was angry. She was really angry. She said, Roger, you are supposed to give us something we want for Christmas, not something you want for Christmas. And now she's okay with it, but I think it's a great way to get people involved, is give them some actual cryptocurrency for Christmas. And we have a super easy tool to do that. Actually, if you go to tip.bitcoin.com, we have a tool where you can give cryptocurrency to anybody. You can set a date. If they don't claim it within whatever time frame that you set, the money bounces back to you, so you don't have to worry about them losing the private key or something like that. It'll bounce back to you if they don't claim it. And we built that over at tip.bitcoin.com. It's a great way to give that cryptocurrency as a gift to people on Christmas. And maybe if I can ask you one question, Jay, as well. Has anybody told you that you look like Ross Ulbricht?
No.
No, I can see a resemblance there from the photos I've seen of Ross. So.
Yeah, no, that's a new one. Awesome. Roger, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, brother.
My pleasure, thank you.
Hopefully we could do this again sometime.
I'd love to.
Take care, man.
Hi guys, what do you think of the interview? And more importantly, I don't look like Ross Ulbricht, do I? I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments.